From the Flock of Birds production studio, it's time for the Mountaineer Ramble with your hosts, John Covey Cole, Michael Covey, and Jack Kincaid. Now, let's join the guys and talk Mountaineer football.
Welcome back to the Mountaineer Ramble, guys. I'm John Covey Cole. Got Jack Kincaid to my left, Michael Covey to my right. Big 12, still doing everything this week. We were off, but even though we were off, still moved up to the polls. But let's take a look a little bit about what happened in the Big 12 this week. Big surpriser for me was Texas Tech, Kansas State. Kansas State come out with a win, 38-44. We're going to be going to Lubbock this weekend, see what we can do. Oklahoma State beat Iowa State, which wasn't surprising to me, but what was surprising to me was the score.
Oh, yeah, them Cyclones, see? They ain't going to get ran over.
No. Texas and Oklahoma. Oklahoma just squazzed by 45-40. Another one that kind of surprised me. And TCU and Kansas, 24-23. TCU was... It was their game to lose.
All right, we've got encroachment on the executive producer slash host. That's you're stepping on my toes there, pal. Back it up. All right, 5 yards. Back it up. Replay the down.
Okay, so
all right, that's Crackback Jack's disappointment of the week. So. Welcome, Ramble fans. It's time for Crackback Jack's Disappointment of the Week. This week, kicking game for Kansas, who needs a victory more than, about the same, let's say, as I need a Powerball win. So, TCU skirts out, last second missed field goal from Kansas. Enjoy.
Good snap, good hold, the kick is off. No good. TCU escapes Kansas once again.
Yeah, that was pretty disappointing for Kansas.
It was not nearly as disappointing as the commentary picked up there. So it breaks down like this. Fox Sports kind of gave us, they gave us a business, but which I'm all right with, but kind of took it a bit far. I mean, the hatred out there is flowing, obviously, from CBS. This year, ESPN's no friend of ours.
Yeah.
Cover your hair and your eyes.
Haters are going to hate.
Big 12 doesn't deserve a spot in the college football playoff. Says, because I don't know a league out there that really has anybody that's head and shoulders above anybody else. I mean, we're talking about what?
In the SEC, you got Alabama, of course, on top. But other than them, who's set apart in the SEC?
Nobody.
ACC, you got your Clemson. Who else you got? Not Stanford.
You have Alabama and then the rest of the country. That's pretty much
Clemson.
right now.
Clemson does look good, and Clemson's going to put together a season. But,
Right.
Hey, I play them. I play them tomorrow, baby.
Yeah.
Right.
Play them in 12 minutes.
You got that FSU nosedive from
You got Washington. They've played a couple good games.
Yeah, you got
Washington.
Come up. you do. Yeah, you do.
This is the Hoover Dam.
I know. Notre Dame. Nosedive.
What are
right?
they like, 4-2?
Whatever. I don't care.
Dumpster fire. Just real hot dumpster fire.
Pit Catholic.
Brian Kelly might want to call his uncle Chip in the NFL see if we can get some pointers.
Listen.
Whoa.
Don't.
Hey now.
You don't want to mess with the Kellys, man.
Yeah. Call Jim while you at it.
That's rough, Daddy-O.
Jim, he just take me to the Super Bowl and lose.
All the time.
I mean, listen to this. This is right off of Fox Sports. Like, big winner of the week in the Big 12 was Idle Baylor, whose near loss to Iowa State was, in a way, vindicated by Oklahoma State, and who now sits as one of the two undefeated teams in the conference and the only viable playoff team.
Ooh.
Says who?
Ooh, yeah, it
Well,
says who.
I
So,
mean,
yeah, sports.
You're going to put Baylor in there because Art Briles built them out of nothing. Art Briles is gone.
Yeah, where's he at now?
You know? What else? Yeah, and some quip, sorry, that's the things that exist, sorry, West Virginia. Why say sorry, West Virginia? I mean, you don't care about us, so...
That's like saying, no offense, but da-da-da-da-da.
I say it like this. Hey, listen, keep my name out of your mouth. You know, so keep my team, my state's name out of your mouth.
Right.
Sorry, a little red about that, but
well, I mean, it's bull crap. It really is.
It really is. I mean,
I don't care. You tell me one conference out there this year that has played more competitive football thus far than the Big 12.
AFC North.
Everybody's playing everybody.
Also, another thing, I'm reading this, I'm getting heated about it, and I'm thinking, I'm like, we're halfway into the season, right? We've got another half season of football to play. Why say things like this other than sports writers need something to talk about?
Yeah, something to put on paper.
I got some papers. I put some stuff on there.
See, exactly.
Navy come out and knocked off the Houstoners.
Yeah, I mean, and automatically today it's Houston's out of the playoffs. They lost a game. Oh my God, they lost a game. I didn't know you had to be a lock all the way.
Well, I mean, you got to look
strength
of schedule, Jack. Look at who they got left. They got to play
Louisville.
They got to play Louisville, and Louisville lost to Clemson.
Yeah.
Okay, so say Louisville gets beat by
Houston.
Houston.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
And I mean,
look, I like an ugly schedule. I mean, it's we got to play in this Texas Oklahoma meat grinder they call the Big 12. I mean, your perfect schedules really don't impress me. To me, it's you're either loaded, as in Bama, or you're not playing anybody.
You know what is very, 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 very disrespectful to me as a Mountaineer?
Please say it.
Western Michigan, 6-0. They're behind us. Okay, I understand that. They come out of nowhere. We're 20th, 4-0. Then you got Boise State, 5-0. Sitting at number 15. I'll give you that they got one more game than we got this year.
Sure.
But then you got Baylor at 5-0, sitting at 11. Nebraska at 5-0. But what really grinds my gears is you got the Houstons with the one loss, the Florida States with the two losses, Miami with a loss, Virginia Tech with a loss, Florida with a loss, Oklahoma with 2 losses. Tell me why they are in front of us. How does that add up? Tennessee's in the top 10 with 1 loss, which I give you. They A&M beat them. But Tennessee has got lucky this year.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's we go week to week on this.
We do,
and it's hard for me to argue that I don't care about the polls and then argue disrespect.
Yeah.
But the way you write an article says a lot about what you're driving for here.
Yeah.
I mean, you're making this stuff up. 90% of this is just your opinion and all this, and I mean it gets us talking. But honestly, the last line of this, it's a long shot, but that's the best shot the Big 12 has now. What if Charlie Strong hits the magic word, the magic key, from He-Man the movie, and tunes in all these Goliaths that he has playing for him, and they go on an absolute massacre, and they're a 2-loss team.
It's not going to matter. Sadly, the way the system is set up, it's not going to matter. It should matter. I'm with you. It should. Yeah. But it's not going to. Even if Alabama was to lose tomorrow, they're still going to be sitting in the top 5.
Well, and it gets back to talk Navy and Houston, right? Navy strings together 4 pretty good quarters of football, which, being an Army guy, that's very hard for me to admit. But you know what? Good on them. Right. They did the right thing. They played great ball. They hung with Houston. They wrote it out, and they beat them in the end. Houston didn't play as well as Navy that day. I mean, is that like flung from the pantheon of 2016 NCAA college football? That's nonsense.
Tom Herman, he was the talk of the town there last week. Was he going to Texas? Is he going to LSU? Does he still have that high stock since he lost? Or
hey, Les Miles is sitting there going, man, these tricks are crazy.
Yeah, he did.
Can we say tricks on the air?
We just did.
No, I mean, come on. What are you going to do? Fire Charlie Strong in the middle of the season? It's stupid. Don't do that.
He's been there 3 years. It would be stupid to fire him.
Yeah.
In my opinion. 4 or 5 years he's playing like this. Okay, whatever. But 3 years in, that would be stupid. I mean, who else are you going to get? Say that Tom Herman's not interested in the job. Who else is out there? Can't be Dickie Joe Saban or Jimbo Fisher because they coming back to Morgan.
I know.
Right?
I understand that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they're waiting on us.
Yeah. And I'll take my time. Anyway,
the poll, it felt like a dig.
It was. The polls. You guys have heard me fuss about and complain about them all year. Yeah. The first week of November 2nd, I believe it is. There are just a couple short weeks. The playoff committee starts putting together their poll, and that is the poll that matters. Mm-hmm. You guys aren't going to hear me say much about West Virginia in the position they're at in the poll in the upcoming weeks, as long as we keep winning. But once this poll gets out, and if we still haven't lost and we're not ranked in the top 10, you're looking at one fat, mad little white dude. I'm telling you.
Oh, I mean, okay. I still really don't care. You know.
You don't care if I get angry.
No, I don't.
This is what I got to deal with, Mikey.
Hey, I like a little charge in you. I like a little chip on that shoulder, you know.
I like shoulders with chips on them. And then on the other shoulder, you got some dip.
Hey, did the Road Warriors go in and wrestle with chips on their shoulders? Yes.
Wow! Big old spiky chips.
Yeah, spiky chips.
Yes.
Anyway, guys, there's a look at the AP Top 25. We're going to be right back. And when we come back, we're going to see how Mikey's fun bits are doing.
The Mountaineer Ramble, sponsored in part by El Mariachi, Mexican restaurant and cantina on Airport Road in Beaver. Open 7 days a week, offering a mouth-watering array of delicious Mexican cuisine. Stop by and see Jay and Jose, and you'll see for yourself why El Mariachi was voted the best Mexican restaurant in southern West Virginia. El Mariachi will spice up your day.
Guys, this week, if I admit, lesson to be learned. Never give up on a play. Stay with it all the way to the end. Check it out.
Left side, Travion Williams keeps his feet, and he's loose. It's a foot race. He's at the 10. He fumbles. It's going to be a touchback. Yes, he did. He fumbled through the end zone.
Well, that was.
You got to finish the play.
I mean, that would have been the end of the game. Ultimately, they lost anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But that is still a word out of your playbook there a couple weeks ago. Inconceivable.
Oh,
inconceivable!
You got to hold on to that ball.
Yeah, incognito.
I don't think you actually know what that word means. Yeah, God bless Andre the Giant. You know, that's actually that happened again this weekend. I don't know if you saw that yesterday, but in the program, you know, there was a pro game yesterday. Two teams really close. One out of Washington D.C. Hale, and some expansion team. What likes to wear purple. Fella has what seems to be a pick six, and what was that? It was like a bobble, right? It was a bobble at like the half-yard line.
You got it under control, Jack.
Cost you the game?
Yeah, you're right, Jack. They got us.
Yeah. I'm not here to rub it in, beat the drum, do all that, sing a little song.
Hey, did you hear? We fired offensive coordinator.
We did. Let's step in the
mid-season firings, huh?
Hey.
Those are popular.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, you don't believe me? Check it out. Here you go.
Lines up in the backfield to take the snap. And drops back. He gets time and he throws and it's intercepted. Mosley on the interception. And he dives for the goal line. And he comes up just short. They're discussing it. It is a touchback. He lost the ball.
Ruling on the field is that the Baltimore player fumbled the ball before reaching the end zone. He fumbled it through the end zone. It's a touchback. 1st and 10 Washington on the 20.
Well, you can't do that, man. I'm the producer. I'm the one that throws the footage out for the people.
I can't throw no footage?
No.
Bam! Check this out.
I don't know what you're doing, but you're out of control. We need to calm down.
Hey, can Mikey do this too?
No, Mikey can't do this too.
Hit it.
I have a pen, I have an apple, apple pen. I have a pen, I have pineapple, pineapple pen, apple pen, pineapple pen, pen pineapple apple pen. Pen pineapple apple pen.
Seemed like Mikey can do it too. Balls.
Well, okay. You guys made your point. I get it. You guys can throw footage too, but
I'll throw some footage.
we're gonna stop throwing footage. We got to move forward. Jack, could you please give these fine folk at home a trivia question to answer to win them some of this?
Hope I would love to.
Oh, and before you do that, we're gonna go ahead and tell you guys about another contest we're doing. You got to share and like some stuff. There's 2 ways to win. This is the first way to win. All you got to do is follow the prompts. And then if you're not on Twitter, you can go this direction and do it through Facebook. But that is all you got to do. You can win 2 tickets to the Kansas game November 5th, which is the night after they're doing a roast of Don Nealon in Morgantown. Did you hear about that?
Didn't.
They are. Friday night. I can't remember the venue, but a bunch of the old players are coming in and they're going to do a roast of Don Nealon. Anyway.
Katie barred the door.
Katie barred the door. Anyway, go ahead and throw in some trivia there, Jack, since I got all that mess out of the way.
All right, folks. For bye week the 2nd, our trivia is going to be... what year did John Denver's Take Me Home Country Roads first become part of WVU Mountaineer football?
That's an excellent question.
I think I've heard that song before.
Yeah, it feels good to sing it.
It does.
Because it means we won. And
But I've already told you guys twice this year. I'll tell you a third time. Dad didn't get to sing it. I bet he sang it in the car, though.
I was already alumni before I actually knew the song, self-admit there.
Fair enough. You guys got an answer? Send it in to us. Mountaineer Ramble at gmail.com or on the Twitter at WVU Ramble. We're actually going to call up a buddy of ours. You guys might remember him, Isaiah Bruce, number 31 for the Mountaineers. See how he's doing. Isaiah, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well. How about yourself, John?
Not too bad, man. Sitting here with Jack Kincaid, Michael Covey, sitting here with the Mountaineer Ramble. We just thought we'd call you up and see how things have been going, man. What you been into?
You know me, I'm living, working every day, just living life to the fullest.
Speaking of working every day, it's kind of ironic how me and you actually met. I was over, I don't remember if I was at Walmart or the Sam's Club, but I remember running into you and you was pitching some DirecTV on me. And I was like, hang on, I gotta go talk to my wife. I went and talked to my wife. Actually, let me take that back a little bit. I introduced myself, you introduced yourself. I was like, Isaiah Bruce, man, that's a man's name right there. Nice to meet you, dude. And then I was like, well, let me go check with my wife. And my brother was with me. And I told him, I was like, yeah, I just talked to this guy. DirecTV, AT&T, yada, 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 going to save me some money. Name was Isaiah Bruce. He said, Isaiah Bruce? The same Isaiah Bruce that played in Morgantown? I was like, nah, I can't be. Well, anyway, then I went back and got my wife, come back, and had him pitched DirecTV to her, and she mentioned something about me liking football. Next thing you know, here comes out the big shiny ring, and he's like, "You guys like football, do you?" And I just thought that was pretty crazy because, I mean, I didn't. My thought was, what in the world is you doing in Beckley, West Virginia? So is football still something you're trying to pursue, man? You still trying to get in the league or anything?
Yeah, definitely still trying to get to the league. Found a good trainer out here in Beckley, who knows what he's doing. He's a strict coach in Beckley. So closest thing that I'm used to back in Morgantown. So definitely gonna keep trying. Been getting stronger, faster, such and so forth. Grinding every day.
All right, on, man. It's what it takes, man. You can't just expect it to come to you. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You have any specific games in your mind that stand out from your time in Morgantown that was like, wow, that was my game right there? You know what I mean?
A couple. The first one is probably all the time is my first game I ever played was against Marshall, freshman year.
That little scoop fumble.
Yeah,
that's beautiful, dude.
That was good.
Yeah, that was fun. Had a fumble recovery for a touchdown. Had like 16 tackles, a couple of TFLs. It was a good game.
You ought to write in and tell CBS about that, Isaiah, because apparently they don't think we're a real team. I don't know.
Yeah, hey, I was a Big 12 Player of the Week that week, or Defensive Player of the Week. So that was cool.
First game in, huh?
Yeah, so I was pumped after that.
Oh, I guarantee it, man.
And then a couple of the games like against like the close games, like when we beat Baylor or beat Texas. High-ranking teams. Well, both were high-ranking teams at the time, and comes down to the last possession or something like that, and the fans go insane. It's just always a good time.
Oh yeah, man. I was actually telling KJ last week. Me and my brother was able to take my dad to the Texas Tech game in 2013 at home when they beat us.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so tore up because we didn't get to sing with him, and he still had a good time though.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's always a good time in Morgantown. Texas Tech is 3-2 with, or we're 3-2 with them. All time. The last 2 years we've been able to beat them. With Texas Tech coming off that loss last week against Kansas State, what do you think West Virginia needs to do to come out with a win in Lubbock, Texas? Because it seems like down there it's a whole different ball game.
Honestly, don't believe the hype. Don't get all into the social media. Don't listen to what anybody has to say, regardless if it's good or bad. Just play the game. You know what I mean? Do what you're coached to do, and play every play like it's the last one you're gonna play. If we continue to play like that, then I think we're gonna come out with a W.
I think so. It's looking good. I know, like Jack was saying, CBS ain't giving us no love. ESPN ain't giving us no love. Even though we're 4-0, we are ranked 20th in the country in the AP poll, which that kind of really don't matter at this point. We keep winning; it'll take care of itself. I'm just hoping we get to the point eventually where we get some respect, because it seems like no matter what we do, just like a couple guys, the first game against Missouri, a couple guys on ESPN said we were the bottom feeders of the Big 12, and
that's just it, though. They can give it to us, we'll take it.
We'll take it.
Sure.
Exactly.
It's like,
and it's a yearly thing. They always, whenever we feel like we're underestimated the most, is when we play the hardest, because we have that chip on our shoulder.
That's a fact.
We're nothing but hard-working athletes, because we know our potential. We know what we're capable of, and when people don't give us the satisfaction or the benefit of the doubt, it's like, all right, well, we like proving people wrong anyway.
That's exactly right.
So, it's really a bittersweet type of thing. If anything, it's more motivation for the team. I know in the locker room, that's all they talk about. Like, this is all we got. West Virginia is all we got. We're doing it for the fans. The fans are behind us. We don't need anybody else but us. So, when it comes down to that, that's all we really need.
That's like you said. I mean, you gotta the guys up in Morgantown got to stay on social media. I mean, some of them could use it as fuel, but out of sight, out of mind kind of deal, in my opinion. Because I know if I get too worked up, I'm not thinking straight and making mistakes.
Well, anybody can open their mouth on social media and do that. You got to go out and do it on the field. That's true in anything. I mean, anybody can say whatever they want out there. There's no checks, there's no breaks, But you hit it on the head, Isaiah. I mean, don't listen to that nonsense. Go out and do what you're going to do.
Yeah, honestly, that's what it comes down to. Because, if you're listening to the noise outside of, the team, regardless if they're saying, yeah, this team is doing great, they're amazing, they should destroy this team and that team, might go into the game big-headed, thinking, oh, yeah, we're just that good and we shouldn't be losing to this team. And then this team that you're playing, I mean, football is, really unpredictable. Any given day, any team can lose. So if you go into the game overconfident and thinking there's no way you should lose, and then you end up losing, it could destroy the rest of your team. That mentality.
Yeah, I think that's just what happened. That's what happened in the Houston and Navy game, because I did feel like Houston's got the better team, but they just wasn't there. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And it's the same thing opposite. Many people saying, you're terrible, you're awful, you definitely shouldn't be, doing this well, you got lucky or whatever. It definitely can give you fuel. And, I mean, for some people, it gives you fuel and makes you want to prove everybody wrong. Other people might be like, yeah, I mean, they're right. And, we might not be that good. We might got lucky. So, honestly, just listening to the noise. Yeah, honestly, listen to the noise is not helpful in any type of way, honestly. It could probably do more damage than help.
Well, look at TCU skirting out with, a missed field goal against Kansas. Barely. I mean, barely. And, you can say whatever you want. Don't tell those Kansas guys that they're not any good, because they're going to go out and play you for it,
Exactly.
Well, Isaiah, we won't keep you no more, brother. We really appreciate you being on the show, man, and we look forward to see where your career goes in the future, man. We'll be keeping an eye on you.
I appreciate it, guys. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for having me on the show.
Good luck, buddy.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. It's always good to see what's going on with former Mountaineer players. Glad to know he's still trying to make the league.
Yeah. Yeah. Best of luck to you.
And Beckley, West Virginia. Go figure. But I guess we got some hidden
talent.
Trainers here I didn't know about.
Yeah.
As good a place to work as any, man.
Well, sure. I mean,
if it's there, it's there.
We talked to Isaiah a little bit about Texas Tech. We've got them the last 2 years. They lost to Kansas State this past weekend, which I was hoping they was going to win for a couple different reasons. One, if they're winning and we beat them, it makes us look better. But most importantly, I don't know about you guys, but when I lose something and I know I'm coming back for another match or another game,
you want that much more.
I want it that much more, and I'm going to be fighting that much harder. That's just me.
I mean, that's fine. I don't know that team like that. I'm hoping this is just a total season nosedive for them.
They can lose like 4 in a row. It's cool.
4 in a row.
That's what I'm hoping for, but they are number one.
We did it for the league one year.
Yeah.
Like 6 in a row.
Yeah, we nosedive.
Yeah.
For the league.
Yeah, for the league.
For the league.
For the league. Love y'all.
Mean it.
1,000-mile road trip.
Pat Mahomes is number one in passing completion, which they caught me off guard. I thought he was hurt. I didn't think he was playing. The next thing you know, here he is.
Yeah.
He's throwing 79%, completing 79% of his passes, which we know that the Big 12 is a passing league, is an offensive league. Number one in receiving yards, they're also leading the nation on first downs. So, that being said, they've played 5 games, we've played 4 games. But, that being said, guys, Mountaineers are 101st in first downs, 73 in passing completion, 73 in receiving yards, and 125 total defense. So, if you guys were wanting to crunch the numbers, there they are. I don't believe in numbers myself.
Yeah, especially this early on, it ain't no thing.
It's not. And their quality of opponent hasn't been Missouri, BYU,
Missouri.
Well, we're 67 in points per game right now, but 20th in yards. So what that's saying is we're not capitalizing.
Right.
So, hopefully we get a lot of opportunities to do that. Hopefully we play a full game. You'll look at the last 10 games or so. Howard's over 60% on completions. He's over 250 yards per game.
Yep.
19 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Interceptions are the killer. It's bad, but take out some of those for tips.
I don't have the stats in front of me, but I know there was a couple games that we lost the turnover battle.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously we are 4-0, so I'll take it all day.
I will take it.
Well, it gets back to playing a whole game, playing all sides of the ball. Our kick game needs to be better.
It does.
Yeah.
Hopefully the defense, steps up as well. They've been playing pretty good this season. We're going to get a couple of our cornerbacks back. Maurice Fleming, Antonio Crawford should be back.
That's nice.
Rocking and rolling back there. So, defense has been knocking on the door. We've got some real solid plays out of a lot of the guys. We could take to the next level, and you could show that, to me, you could show that down Lubbock way and shut down this big-time offense they're pitching at us.
Well, the Mountaineer defense, I think everybody just assumes that the Big 12 has crap defenses. I've been impressed with them. They saved our butts a couple times already this year.
Sure. BYU especially.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Closing it out, you still got Bowl chatter, Liberty, Texas, Russell Athletic. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
We'll wipe our butt when we're done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
A couple guys to keep an eye on those. The running back DeMarcus Felton, number 27. Obviously, Pat Mahomes. He's a scrambling quarterback, so you're going to have that contain going, because if not, he's going to run the ball 15, 20 times on you for 100-plus yards. Jonathan Giles, Cameron Batson, a couple of receivers, number 9, number 13. Jonathan Giles alone has 614 yards with 35 receptions, 7 touchdowns. So that's his go-to guy.
Yeah, that Jonathan Giles. I remember a few weeks back. Remember that one bit of the week when he had that double reverse, quadruple flea flicker. Yeah, I ain't gonna be none of that happening. So.
No, I don't think so.
I don't see it.
Couple fresh cornerbacks that like to jump routes and knock guys around. They'll stop all that nonsense.
Speaking of jumping routes, gentlemen, I wasn't going to share this because I was a little embarrassed, but I had the privilege of playing Rasul Douglas the other night on Madden 2K17 online, and you guys will think I'm lying to you, but guess how he beat me?
Field goal.
With a pick 6.
Oh.
But it was fun saying.
Did you leave it all out on the field?
I left it all there, man. Yeah. All there. And then we played another game, and he beat the brakes off.
Well, you can't hold anything back there then.
That was fun. It was good times. Well, guys, there's a little bit of look at Texas Tech. Hopefully after this weekend, when we see you guys again, we're going to be 5-0. I'm going to go ahead and start the process, fellas. I think the Mountaineers are going to sneak out of a high-scoring game on top, 45-38. What do you think?
I got 48-40. Mountaineers.
51-42. Go big or go home, baby. Well, good guys win.
Well, we're all under the assumption there's going to be a lot of points scored. So
yeah,
I don't think it's going to be quite the Baylor WVU 2013, 14, whatever it was, back and forth.
13. Yeah, I could go without that for the rest of my life.
Yeah, that was insane.
Yeah, I prefer defense in games.
There was no defense in that game. But anyway, guys, that's the ramble for this week. You guys got any questions, shoot them at us. If you guys want to get in on that drawing for Kansas tickets, get a hold of us. But until then, you guys got anything else?
That'll do her.
Ramble on.
Ramble on.